How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this video we have another game from the Pauper tournament. If you guys are not familiar, this is the just commons and uncommon tournament. There are no rares, no super rares, no secret rares. We have Wind playing a green deck. It's called Turtle Sweep, where you have the level 6 that has secret attack +1, and that's it. That's the deck. But it's pretty solid. His opponent is playing, no sleeves, which is respectable, correct way to play this format. And he's using the Ornismon rush package. Ornismons are legal and, as you would expect, super good. But on top of that, he's also playing the level 6s, the 2 birds, or the guy that summons the bird, which is pretty good. Like, you fill your trash, and then if you have 10 in trash, the guy can summon the bird, and then the bird like pops a guy. And also has secret attack +1, so pretty solid. Playing Fly Bullet, pretty good card. We see Wind is going to try and turbo out into his level 6. Honestly, green has just really good cheap evos, and again, a pretty solid level 6. The Dino Memory Boost is honestly pretty good. Gonna be instantly using it to get some value. Swinging over the Ornismon. And I think having like the memory boost cards are just really good, because in this format there are just no tamers, all tamers are banned. So having ways to ensure that you have plays for your turn is pretty solid. We see a Skull Marrow being hard dropped. Honestly, pretty fine. It's only 5 memory, not that expensive. Early on though, I don't know what he's gonna be Digimon into that's super strong. Bancho Stingmon. There's a couple of cards that Bancho can hit, and I guess if you like resolve a Bancho successfully, you just win the game, right? So it's a solid level 6 for sure. The big turtle is definitely like the go-to for Wind, but Bancho's probably gonna do alright. We see a Deathclaw to clear the Mechanori. I guess no rookie for the Ornismon player, and no Ornismon in general. He goes into the bird, so this is the bird that you ideally want to be like hard playing, but I believe it only kills like level 5s. Wind has a way to suspend it, and then Bancho gets the 3 checks, and wow, just like that, that's gonna be game number 1. So that was a pretty quick game. We didn't really get to see too much of the purple deck, but you definitely saw stuff that makes the green deck good, right? Like cheap evos and a lot of blockers in the Eldradimon and Cherrymon, solid level 6s, and suspending and being able to fight for the board is pretty good in this format. This is a much better start for the purple player. He's got the correct scatter mode shenanigan. It can even go into a second one. Really strong. See another Eldradimon from Wind here. I like the idea of having blockers to at least stop the chip damage from the scatter modes. But that's gonna be a lot of draw and a lot of discard. I wonder if he wants to just double swing into the blockers though. Doesn't feel great, I don't think. I think you definitely block, yeah. Okay, let's see if he has any Ornismons to this card. Also does have Nidhogg. Nidhogg is super good, also legal, and also a good level 6. You can definitely just Digivolve into it and get good enough value. So yeah, because it discarded, he gets card draw from the Sunamon. I say the full art box topper Sunamon is super cute. I definitely have 4 of those. And maybe I can use it in the future somewhere. I don't know. I think it's a good card. Okay, so he does swing into both the Cavitaries. Now, if he's like discarding Ornismons and stuff, that's pretty good. But if he's not, then I don't know about this, because like sure, you're filling up your trash with cards, but like it's not as good as in other decks. Okay, he at least did have 1 regular Ornismon. Gonna go into a promote and swing and just, I guess, going very aggressive. Hits into a Roachmon. Not even the pre-release Roachmon, just saying. And another Ornismon scatter mode to pass the turn. Very interesting turn. Like, he got to see a lot of cards, right? Really cycled through so much of his deck. But ultimately, all he really got was 1 dude out of it. And 1 damage because of promote. And we see Wind being aggressive himself. I think in this format, we saw a lot of people play these 2-cost vanilla rookies. Like, being able to memory choke your opponent is so crucial, because again, there are no tamers, right? And Mechanorimon gonna do some work. So yeah, Wind runs so many blockers. You know, having blockers in level 4, but also level 5 with the Woodmon. I mean, not the Woodmon, the Cherrymon. Okay, Death Claw. So we transfer the Mechanori. Get all the discard. There's one Icemon. Does he have another one? Okay, so he gets 2 Icemons for his trouble. That's pretty good. And because a bunch of scatter modes in the trash, they're actually getting plus 6,000 DP. So those are 11k. Likely to survive against security. They can't swing this turn, but it is an immense amount of pressure. We haven't seen him actually do the bird combo. I feel like it's pretty good. I'd like to see it. Checking how many cards are in trash. I don't think he plays Jack Raid. You would think so, but I don't think he does. And that, I was just saying, the vanilla rookies to memory choke. A lot of bodies on the board and like just memory choke constantly. Okay, Roachmon once again in the trash where he belongs. Just a wall of blockers against a wall of Icemon, but the Icemon have, you know, so much DP. It's gonna be kind of tough. Got rookies to follow it up. I mean, it might just be swing with everything, right? Swing. Yeah, they're always gonna survive against security realistically. Hits into a memory boost, which could be good for wind, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough memory for wind to accomplish something. A lot of pressure is going super wide. I guess the difference is that, you know, green wasn't able to go into a level 6. Gonna Deathclaw one of the blockers, and then go into a 1-cost blocker, 2 memory choke as well. Again, there is the memory boost for extra memory, but even with 3 memory, like, what is there really to do? At this point, it's just not doing enough. Okay, goes into Cherry. Cherry still maintains blocker, can attack without losing the memory, and, you know, has nice DP. So Cherrymon, really good card in this format. Honestly, one of the best cards by far. I also like the rookie, I forget the name, but it gives level 6 and skill attack +1. So the turtle has inherently +1 check, and with that rookie he gets 3 checks for 12k, which is really good. We see hidden potential being used to go into a bunch of Stingmon. You know, he can pierce over, dies to the bird, and yeah, that's game 2. So we didn't get to see the bird package either, but that time around the scatter modes definitely put in a lot of pressure, right? I think he discarded maybe 3 regularized mons, and even if he didn't get to do like too much with them, just getting those free bodies and getting through cycle through so many cards was enough that game. Now we're going into game 3 here. Gonna start off with the Icemon instead of scatter mode, definitely less than ideal. And on the other hand, you know, went to an excellent start, turboing out into a Cherrymon. Okay, gonna be swinging. Guess he dies to the Kabuterimon, so he gets to, you know, draw a discard. It's a shame that it wasn't the other scatter mode instead of the regularized mon, right? Would be so much better. And then just play Lavra, yeah. So that has a ton of draw and cycle. And there's the big boy, the turtle himself. That turtle is gonna be putting so much pressure. Like, he doesn't really have an effect, but just having +1 security and being 12k is unironically good enough to win game. Now, this is a good Icemon discard, getting Nidhogg and the Icemon. Gonna Digivolve into the level 5, which I believe lets him pick back a Digimon, right? So pretty good. Here we go, Turtle Power, 2 swings. Now I guess it's just a race, right? But with Turtle, I feel like Turtle can win that race. Okay, yeah, just want to give over as little memory as possible. Oh, Tentomon bottom dex hidden potential. That definitely hurts. Less than ideal. But I think this play here is correct, because by him going wide, he sets up lethal for next turn, right? Because Turtle's 2 checks. So this level 6 has retaliation, and then on deletion he can summon the bird. Except he doesn't have the bird, so that's sad. Because like, imagine if he had summoned the bird. Like, bird would be at level 6 and then pops the Tentomon, and then he has +1 check. Like, that would be a swing good enough to win the game. Sadly, he didn't have the bird to summon, but at least he's able to clear the turtle so that he doesn't lose the game next turn. So, although a bit unfortunate, I think that's definitely still the correct play. In this case, we see the rookie that again that gets secured +1. It does cost 1 to evolve into, so it hurts a little bit in this case, but it's a small price to pay for extra checks, right? I definitely do still like it. Plus, since you don't have tamers, like there's just room to run so much random stuff. Gonna be Digisorbent into a Blossom, maybe trying to go into another turtle, like okay, get a memory choke with Digimon. I like Digimon a lot too. 6k DP, you could just be swinging. And if you have to hard drop Veggie, it's only 4, which is super nice. Okay, scatter mode. Gonna just be sitting in the Valmon and memory choking. Yeah, I like the idea here. Just go aggressive. Especially against like these purple decks with a bunch of like, the champions are like 5 and 4,000, right? So your 6 and 7Ks are likely to survive. Does check into a fly bullet, which is a bit unfortunate. Really slows down. That Blossom could have done a lot realistically. And we're right back to memory choking. Okay, gonna be swinging with the scatter mode. Has the Gabumon, so draw and discard. On attacking, discards the Ice-Mom, which is pretty good. He doesn't block it. I feel like you should block that. What is the, if he blocks that, what is the punish? I guess like you're hoping that it survives, but if it survives, you have to deal with it. So I feel like not blocking there is a mistake. I don't think there's a punish for it. Now he gets the Deathclaw and clear the Sentimon as well. And Wind took the damage, right? I feel like that should have been a block. Discard, see there is the bird, but now he doesn't have the other guy. They get the memory from the Nidhogg. Nidhogg's super strong. And the regular Icemon's gonna be pretty powerful too, because I believe there should be at least 2 scatter modes in the trash, right? Gonna go into a Labra to pass turn. Discard another bird. The bird can be hard played. Like, hard playing bird to kill Cherrymon is honestly not the worst idea either. This is the last X. Like, this game is gonna be grindy, right? And after you're through the Digitama, it's gonna be just like hard playing stuff. Yeah, so check in, there's 2 scatter modes in the trash. So Icemon is at 9,000, which is enough to swing over the Cherrymon. It's actually super relevant. Now, the Mechanori is kind of annoying because it means that he can't get chip damage. But at least the Icemon is free to swing aggressively. This turn, he didn't get memory choke, so he has memory to work with. So actually in a pretty solid spot, I would say. Goes into a Devimon blocker. And then plays a Dracmon. I like Dracmon a lot. It's super sick card. Can take back the Deathclaw, which is going to be so good for him to close the game out, right? And he also has 7 cost options, such as, I think we saw Nelbone and Fly Bullet, right? So I really love the idea of the Dracmon. Now the Icemon is only 5k in your opponent's turn, so swinging over with the Cherry is definitely correct there. Only 1 security, but he's got 2 blockers, one of which is Mechanorimon. That said though, there is a Deathclaw, so the purple player can Deathclaw one of the blockers to kill the Mechanori, and then everything else swings, and that is going to be game. There could be something in security. Okay, so he Deathclaws, but he takes away his Dracmon instead of the blocker. And that means that it's not game, because the blockers have to pay 2 memory to attack. Meaning that if a Balmon or a Devimon swings, it's going to pass the turn and not let the other one attack. Which actually puts him in a super awkward situation. So the correct line of play there was you Deathclaw your blocker and keep the Dracmon alive. You know, generally you want to protect your blockers over like random rookies, but in this case the random rookie was actually better. But now Win has 2 Cherrymons, and knowing that there's 2 blockers on the other hand that, you know, have to pass memory to attack, I'm gonna see how he's gonna deal with this. Might not have a rookie. It's still a lot of pressure, honestly. Like, the scatter mode dies, summons an Icemon, and like there's just too many hits. There could also be a Nidhogg potentially, right? Like maybe discard Nidhogg and then pass turn. Okay, Needle Spray and then swings over it. This is risky because if an Icemon is discarded, then that's just game next turn, right? He discards the big level 6 and does not have an Icemon. I think that play was like a little bit too risky, but now with this line of play, you can memory choke to 1, which is pretty good. Again, like, see, this is such a good setup because you have a blocker that can survive the hits, and if any Digimon attacks, it's going to pass turn, right? So this is at least a very good way to pass the turn. This coming down to the wire, and especially now that the purple player has no X, like he can't just build in the back. He's gonna be forced to hard play stuff. Now the 2 cost rookie is definitely gonna put in work here, like the ideal rookie to be hard playing. Okay, so 2 Cherrymons, a rookie, 2 Skiri left. I think the game plan is put your opponent to 1 so that their blockers can't attack, and then try and get chip damage in the meanwhile. Like, let's say you swing with a rookie and it gets blocked. Okay, then the Cherrymon could just swing over the blocker, for example, right? Like, I think there is no downside to swinging. Like, I guess a fly bullet insecurity would hurt, but otherwise it'd be fine. Goes into a Roachmon, and then a Blossom. Okay, so maybe he's got a level 6 to go into. Blossom suspended. Can't attack. It is more pressure technically. Also, like, Roachmon is only 3 to hard play. Like, at some point maybe playing the Roachmon is just better. Now Wind also has no Digitamas, right? They're gonna be forced to be hard playing stuff too. I think swinging with the Cherrymon is correct. And then, okay, that's a great turn. Yep, I absolutely love that turn. Put him to 1. Now he has Blossom. Again, because he's got Cherrymon and the blockers have to pay 2 to swing, it's not game for his opponent, who has no babies, so would have to be hard dropping something. And at this point, if he like fly bullets or hard drops like a level 4 or level 5, it just doesn't do enough, right? This has been a really close game, a lot of back and forth. There was the turn where the purple player could have won the game if he had Deathclaw his blocker instead. But, you know, it happens, right? These are tournament matches. Even though it's a wacky format, you know, we're still playing for some good store credit. It's still a solid tournament. And honestly, this format has been a lot of fun. The next couple of videos will be of that format too. Trying to, you know, just do something different until we get to the BT8 pre-release and whatnot. Okay, so Lavramon is hard dropped. You know, draw this card. No Nidhogg or anything like that. And now it just everything swings, and that's gonna be game for Wind. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Pauper format, pretty fun. Thanks for watching.